first official session which we are primarily doing to kickstart our university counseling process. Now, you were all students who joined us and you were part of our profile building program till now, and you were doing the profile building things, and we had sessions with you on profile building. And till now we were talking about profile building and we were not talking about specific university selections. But from today onwards, we would primarily be taking or starting officially the university selection process. Now, we at UT, the way we operate this university counseling process, so today, aaj ke session ka objective is to make you aware ki how will we be taking this entire university counseling process. This university counseling process mein, if I could give you a bird's eye view of this process primarily involves हमारे यहाँ पे 3 support pillars involved करते हैं. That is, first is a mentor support, which is primarily played by myself and Manish. We help you in deciding what major are you wanting to apply, which university, what should be your strategy. That is a mentor support team which works with you. Second, works with an English faculty who will be assigned to one English teacher, and that English teacher will help you write your essays, will help you write all of your letter of recommendations. So in that front, we will start working on collecting your activities, compiling all your activities, and making sure that it is done properly formatted, resume work and all of that. So that's done by the English support team. And third is a coordination role played by Mrs. Shruti. So we are working as 3 teams, and Mrs. Shruti, what she does is she makes sure that we are meeting all the deadlines. We are doing all the paperwork, all the filing of application, payments, everything is done in time. And she ensures that all of us are meeting and proceeding in that way. So this is the university counseling team which will be working with you. So इसमें कि हम कैसे करेंगे, we will use some technologies and we will use Google Drive and we will use all of this. क्या रहेगा? Now my team would alternatively, Manish sir and Shruti ma'am will take you through a small PPT कि हम इसको कैसे coordinate करेंगे. तो आज you will listen to all of it, how we will go about doing it. Manish sir? Yeah. अच्छा, पहले Shruti ma'am लेंगे. Please come.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, all. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So basically, to start with, I'll just start with a PowerPoint presentation and I'll brief you about that. Yeah, so I hope are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Sir, ये चलेगा मेरा साइड में वैसे बिजनेस. So basically, how we are going to start with is, I have already, I think so, today in the afternoon around 3, shared a drive with each one of you. Now I have added your email ID, that is student's email ID, as well as I have added parents' email ID also. If in case you haven't, I'll just do it. Right? So whatever is shared, but I'm going to explain you what all those things are. Okay, so that is a Google Drive, right? So there would be one folder which would be shared between the student and the UT team, right? So whatever we require for the application, we are going to put all the things in that folder so that it is accessible at any point of time to the parents, to the student, as well as the UT team. Okay, so this is the first step. So I have already created the folders, right? Now what that folder contains? Okay, it contains, I think the 3. One is profile building, which I haven't covered here because already that part is started with. So what else it has? One is meeting with mentors. and the second is stages. Now the meeting with mentor folder, it has 3 different files. This would be after your one-on-one session with the mentor. Okay, mentor is Anubhav sir and Manish sir. We would be having one-on-one session where they will be actually taking you through the presentation, how they are going to shortlist the universities for a student. That would be one-on-one. The Excel sheet which actually has the universities which are shortlisted and the graph. Okay, this whole presentation will tell you how they have arrived to that quality versus chance graph, right? And then putting into buckets and all different things. Then I come to the next folder, that is stages. These are the 6 stages in which we are going to work. First is basic details. Second is samples. Third is activity achievement list. Fourth is final university list. Fifth is final documents. And final essay prompts. Basic details. It is having, I'll also be showing you the Google Drive shortly. Sorry. Yeah. So basic details. Basic details, there would be one Google link. You can put that link on any browser and there's a Google form where we want your details. Okay, what major do you want to apply? What is your budget? What countries are you thinking? 9, 10, 11, 12, what are the marks of the student? All those things. And once we get, I'll be putting it into this folder. Second is samples folder. Sample is all type of samples, what an LOR is, resume, your SOP, all those samples are put into this folder because many a time some schools ask, when I'll come to that point, that you have to give, the school has to give you transcripts. That time the school asks you कि आपके पास कुछ sample होगा तो दे दो उस हिसाब से हम करते हैं. So all that samples are in this folder. Third, we have activity achievement list. Student has to create his or her activity achievement list because this list, our English professor who would be sitting with you for your resume, for your LOR, for your SOP, will be using this activity list to create your profile. Then final university list. After 2-3 sessions with our mentors and all, we will be coming to final university list where we will be working on this. Final documents would be those documents which the student has to upload, which will be used for application. Okay, then we have final essay prompts. Essay prompts are those which you will be working with the English professor, and the final version of the essay, the professor would be uploading here. Okay, क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, एक ऐसे के लिए ना बच्चा लिखेगा, टीचर को भेजेगी, बच्चा लिखेगा, टीचर 3-4 वर्जन्स हो जाते हैं, राइट? सो फाइनल क्या होता है, ये टीचर को पता होता है, बच्चा कंफ्यूज हो जाता है. So what is the process is final, the teacher will upload the essay here and this essay we will be using in the application. Okay.
So the stage 4 is final university list. In the previous slide you mentioned about the actuals versus some chances.
Yeah.
So it is correlated to that.
Yes. So that would be the first stage. We would be having it with mentor. You would be having 2-3 meetings, version 1, version 2, maybe 200, say 100, say 20, 20, say 10. And those final 10 will come here. Rest all will be in that. Yes. Because, you know, 2 different things are going to come in those lists. I'll tell you that also. Okay. So now let's take a look at the shared drive. Right? So this is the actual drive, which is having the 2 folders, meeting with mentors and stages. Okay. So meeting with mentors, actually the PDF would be here, right? You would be having the university list over here and actual the graph. I have written just for sample, I have put here US, it could be Canada, it could be UK, whatever you prefer. In that way, graph would come. So basically now I have only put one original file US university list. It would be version 1, version 2, version 3 when there would be discussion and then the final list would come out. So this is how we will be keeping things in my meeting with mentors. Then we have stages. We come to basic details. So I was talking about this basic details link. I'll be sharing this link on WhatsApp also in the group, or the link is shared here. You can just put this into any browser and actual Google form will open, which you have to fill it. Then once you have done, this is one sample, that in this way, whatever data comes from you, you put it into different parameters. Okay, and it would be there in the drive itself, right? For us to work further. Then I come to stage 2, samples. Activity list sample is there in this. I'll just show you one by one. Activity achievement list. This is one sample. So the student has to create his or her own activity list. Okay. Activity list. Now different categories. It could be national, international, and then we scroll down. In this way, whatever fits, you have to put. ऐसा नहीं है हर एक चीज आनी चाहिए. You would be having your own different categories. You can just go through how it is and you can create your activity list. ये activity list. Okay, one more thing. 9th, 10th, 11th में जितना कुछ किया है वो ज्यादा preferable है. अगर कुछ अच्छी achievements आपकी 7th, 8th में है, do put that. Second thing, it is not only where you, whatever competitions you win should be put here. If you have participated also in anything, please put in here. क्योंकि क्या हो जाता है वो प्रोफेसर को अगर ये लिस्ट रेडी है ना, he or she knows कि कौन सा क्या लेके क्या आइडिया डेवलप हो करना है, how to write the essays या LOR में डालना है, जो भी है. Okay, whatever you feel, you put 100 activities भी हो जाएंगी, you put it. Because when you sit with the professor, अगर तब सोचने बैठते हैं तो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. You put some time here and just create this activity list. Okay. Then we have sample of resume. This also you can open. We have 2 samples. Okay. Again, your resume could be something different. It will be again cross-checked by the professor. Right. In this way, we have put different categories. Whatever fits, you have to put in your resume. Then next we have LOR. Okay, now how the LOR process works. LOR is letter of recommendation which the school teacher or school counselor and 2 teachers are supposed to write for a student. Right? Now there are 2 ways in which the school asks for LOR. There are schools where the teachers say that we will be writing the LOR. You don't have to do anything. They give it on their own and they submit it. Second is the teacher says आप matter लेके आओ. You bring the matter, हम उसको upload करेंगे. When this is the scenario that आप matter लेके आओ, तो यहाँ पर एक questionnaire दिया हुआ है. Sir, back करिए ना. Our professor would like the student to answer all these questions because हमारा जो English professor है, he or she doesn't know the student, right? तो वो पूछेगा कि बेटा आप यहाँ पे जो भी आपको fit होता है सारे questions आप लिख के भेज दो. Then she will write the LOR, say for science teacher, for maths teacher, for counselor, whatever we decide. Okay, in that way, it will work for LORs, right? Then we come to the next part, transcript. Now, mark sheets and transcripts are 2 different things, okay? And with the mark sheet, the universities ask for transcript, okay? All the schools know what a transcript is. Very sorry. All the schools know what a transcript is. Okay. If you see, it is like some schools give it in grade. Some school give in how many hours the student has actually studied each subject. Okay. तो हर एक school का ना अलग-अलग तरीका होता है. Right, it is different, and you cannot like debate with the school कि हमको इस तरीके से चाहिए नहीं. Whatever they give, that is the transcript. So mark sheet के साथ वो transcript आप लोगों की attach होती है. Okay, जैसे ये एक DPS का example ऐसा है. Sir, और एक होगा वो बोलिए. So this is one more sample which actually gives lecture per week, number of months, lecture per percentage और इस तरीके से. Okay, only thing is it should be signed and right? So आपको 9th, 10th, 11th की transcripts अभी स्कूल से मांगनी है. 12th की दो बार शायद हमको लगेंगी, एक तो 12th का मिड टर्म जब आता है, मे बी आपके नवंबर में प्रीलिम्स हो जाते हैं उसके बाद, एंड वन इज प्रेडिक्टेड स्कोर. Okay, so these two at a later point of time. Then after the transcripts, SOP, again SOP is university specific. ये मैं ज्यादा नहीं समझाऊंगी because one-on-one professor के साथ जब बैठोगे, she has her own presentation, she will be taking you through all the things. Again, guidelines are there and how it is to be done, that will be discussed later. This will come at a later part of time. Once you get an admit, you finalize the university. After that, we need this bank statement. Okay, so this is all about sample. एक्टिविटी शीट तो एक दिखा दी थी हमने सैंपल्स में, ठीक है. ओके, व्हाट दिस एक्चुअल फोल्डर इज, यहाँ पे सैंपल आपने देख लिया है. जो स्टूडेंट बनाने वाला है, he or she will put his activity list over here, right? So professor, हम जिसको भी देखना है will be able to see from here. Okay, then we come to final university list. सर इसको एक बार खोल दीजिए. So आपके सारे वर्जन्स खत्म होने के बाद when we come down to your final 10, so then we will be putting the data, what are the deadlines, which portal you are using to apply, what are the prompts, all these things. This file is also shared with the professor क्योंकि prompts उनको देखने. Okay, after your 10 universities come, this is where we will be actually working, right? And then one more thing is, whatever universities we apply, each university would be giving you a password for the portal, right? So we start with college board, TOEFL, IELTS, whatever you give, common app and whatever portals, and then the universities to which you apply, right? So link, ID, password, and then we also have the status. क्या बाकी है, application complete हो गया है, admit आया है, decisions क्या है, everything will be in this sheet. Okay, then we come to final documents. So whatever documents we need, all the PDFs, actual PDFs, the student would be putting in these folders. So what all we need, so ये भी आप open करेंगे तो चलेगा. So activity list, this would be Excel file. We need passport, front and back pages, proper PDF scan. अच्छा, एक चीज है कि वो फोन वाला आप स्कैनर यूज करके प्लीज डोंट डू इट. Many of the universities reject it. Properly उसको आप स्कैन करिए. Passport we need, resume we need PDF, your SAT score, your IELTS, TOEFL, whatever exam you give, that score, LOR PDF signed by the principal, and you have to take the copies from the school, your final mark sheet, transcripts 9, 10, 11, and at a later point of time, midterm and predicted score. So these all we would be needing. Okay, and we would be putting all those things here. Resume ka PDF, SAT ka PDF, TOEFL ka PDF, आपके transcript marks सब कुछ. Okay, the student will upload all the PDFs here, right? And then the final essay prompt, the professor would be putting it here. Okay, portal का कुछ है तो वो यहाँ डालेगा. अगर आपकी specific universities है तो university wise the prompts the professor would be putting here. Okay, and application के time हम इसी drive से copy paste करके लेंगे. Right? So इसके questions पहले लूँ before timeline. Okay, so we have done with the two folders, that is meeting with mentor and stages. So if anyone has any doubt about it, कहीं पे कुछ है, otherwise at a later point of time also we will now start working with you.
We have the list of universities there based just now. So how do we select the list of universities? It's not some sense.
You do not select the list of universities. Okay. University selection ka process is that we would be doing a state. This is just how will we handle all the documents. Google Drive is the way we will handle all the documents. So there will be samples sitting over there. University list ka ek alag process hoega, where there will be meeting with mentors. So we would now start this from next week onwards. First, हम आपसे basic details collect करें. So you would give us your CGPA and ये सारे documents करने का काम अब आप चालू करें. Then once we've discussed with you, for example, with him we've discussed कि आपका major क्या कर रहे हैं. पहले round में तो हो सकता है he may not decide his major. एक दो round के बाद इसका major decide करें. Then we would understand from sir, we will understand your financial budget condition. We will understand your other requirements कि आपको कहाँ कौन सी country में जाना. So ये mentor discussions चल रहे हैं. We would do those discussions. These will be one-on-one discussions. उसके बाद we will come to a stage where we will come up with, if ma'am you can show them a quality versus chance का एक option दिखा देते. हाँ, इसमें एक सेकंड, इसमें नहीं ये बाद में दिखाते हैं. सॉरी. तो सबसे पहले वो लिस्ट दिखाइए. ये एक डेटाबेस है which we have, entire database which we have subscribed to this database from all the universities. अब this database is available with us, and once we have this discussion, this database is available for US, it's available for UK, it's available for Australia, it's available for Canada. अलग-अलग ये database में we are talking about कौन सी university है, उसमें क्या major है, क्या ranking है, क्या costs हैं, क्या application की fees है. We've collated this data. We've subscribed to various ranking agencies like US News, US News. We've done this subscription. So we have all this data collated with us. So based on that data, we would do a regression. कि आपका क्या SAT score है, आपके क्या chances है इस university में admission मिलने. And then please go to that. And we would, after discussions, we will produce this kind of a graph specifically for you, which is a quality versus chance graph. Which will tell कि भाई ये अभी एक परी का हमने अभी इस साल है, she is now going to University of Washington, कल उसको एडमिट आया है UWash से, so she is got into UWash. So UWash उसका कहाँ पे आ रहा है, U Washington उसका ड्रीम स्कूल है या ये रहा, it's an equal school. UWash उसको एडमिशन मिला है, she is got an admit from UIUC also. तो ये ऐसे. तो अब इस बच्ची को हमने क्या बोला कि these are on your left hand side, these are all your dream schools. Quality बहुत high है, chance बहुत कम है. Y axis is the chance. So pick some schools from here, pick some schools from here, pick some schools from here, pick some schools from here. तो ये ऐसे bucket बनाइए. तो जो आप बोल रहे हैं university list is a pretty, तो 2-3 महीने लगेंगे, उसके बाद अपनी ये university list ready होगी. And once this list is ready, then madam उस folder में final university list डालेगी. essay के prompts. This is how we process it. Sir, please about
So one that so he has given one SAT attempt in the month of October last year, and he will be attempting one more attempt on 4th May. So either of those, the higher
best school distance.
So that will
Yes.
Now, since you mentioned about the timeline that from next week the SAT scores or the activity list is to be updated. So there will be a gap in submitting that score. Is that fine?
No, will not be any.
So we don't need that PDF right now. We can wait for it. Activities other than SAT, उसमें जो भी activities किए ना, वो list हमको.
So apart from SAT,
we know he is going to give SAT. That scores will take. We know he is going to give TOEFL IELTS. But अभी वो दोनों नहीं चाहिए. Immediate. Okay, we need that activity is a different. Whatever he has done in school, co-curricular ये वो सब उसमें वो डाल. Okay. And हमारा जो ग्राफ हम बनाने वाले हैं उसमें SAT का स्कोर हम बोलेंगे, but
it's not necessarily a linear process. See, आप अभी एक्टिविटी लिस्ट का काम चालू करिए, उसमें भी लिखने में समय लगेगा, एक दिन में होने वाला नहीं है. तो जो हो गए वो वाला काम चालू करिए, बिकॉज ये वाला काम साहब हम कुछ बच्चों के लिए ये काम 15 दिन में भी खत्म करते हैं, और कुछ बच्चों के लिए जैसे आप सबके लिए आई वुड से आप बहुत आइडियल टाइम पे चालू हो रहे हैं, जो स्टार्टिंग इन द मंथ ऑफ मार्च. आप अगर अभी समय लगा के करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा काम होगा, एंड बाय अगस्त सितंबर तक अपने बहुत अच्छे एसेस तैयार होंगे, एंड अपन उसको पूरा क्रैश नहीं करेंगे. कुछ बच्चों के लिए काम हम एक महीने में भी खत्म करते हैं, बट एक महीने में मतलब द टाइम गेट्स कंप्रेस, बहुत ज्यादा कंप्रेस होकर टाइम काम होता है. तो आई वुड नॉट लाइक टू वेट अंटिल अगस्त सितंबर टू स्टार्ट. अभी चालू तो करते हैं, अपन बहुत सारी चीजें क्लियर है कि भाई इसकी एक्टिविटी लिस्ट क्लियर है, एक्टिविटी लिस्ट बना दो. कुछ बाकी आपने कंट्री के बारे में सोच लिया, वो वाला सोच चालू कर दो, मेजर के बारे में सोच लीजिए. सो हम एक बेसिक आपको शायद फाइनल 10 यूनिवर्सिटी की नहीं बनाएंगे, 20-25 यूनिवर्सिटी की लिस्ट बना लेंगे, फिर SAT स्कोर आएगा तो फाइनल कर लेंगे. एटलीस्ट काम तो चालू करें. दिस इज व्हाट द होल आइडिया इज. चलिए सर प्लीज.
Yeah, so now Manish sir would continue with the timeline.
Chaliye. So I'll quickly take you through the timeline. You know, the idea of this session is just to give you an overview. आज ये थोड़ा सा ज्ञान वाला session है, but the idea is let me have a look at students. ये मुझे यहाँ नहीं देखना है. They can look at this and अच्छा यहाँ पे इनको नहीं दिखेगा. आप इसको ऊपर ले जाते.
अरे इसको दो वाला कर लीजिए, दो वाला करिए,
हाँ दो वाला भी
दो
चलेगा.
वाला करिए, दो वाला
At least if I can look at two students.
हाँ ये वाला, और इसको नीचे डालिए, इसको पूरा नीचे डालिए.
हम आपको एक ओवरव्यू दे रहे हैं जैसा सर ने बताया. You know, the entire thing can be done in 1 month also, but since we have time at hand, the idea is to generate as much quality along with all that you are doing. तो ये एक्टिविटी लिस्ट आप आज चालू करेंगे मगर वो खत्म नहीं होगा. जैसे फॉर यू आर राइटिंग एपी, मुझे ये पता है यहाँ पे यक्ष एपी लिख रहा है, अनुज लिखेगा एपी शायद. तो द पॉइंट इज आपकी एक्टिविटी लिस्ट ओवर अ पीरियड और बिल्ड होगी. आज उस पे फुल स्टॉप नहीं लग जाएगा. यू थिंक अबाउट सम थिंग्स दैट यू ऑलरेडी अचीव, बट देयर कुड बी अदर थिंग्स. ये कोई कम्युनिटी वर्क कर रहा है, वो आगे जाके एक्टिविटी का पार्ट बनेगा. आपने कोई ऑनलाइन कोर्स कंप्लीट किया, वो एक्टिविटी लिस्ट में अपेंड हो जाएगा. But you must start. Things will not end today. You'll start and not end, but you must start is what we are trying to tell you. तो अब ये जो टाइमलाइन है, here we are trying to give you an idea कि यहाँ से लेके कौन से छोटे milestones आएंगे, which cumulatively help us file application in a quality manner. है ना? तो हम वो करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तो today is 17th March. We are meeting today and we are talking about sensitizing you on this application process, which has multiple angles. We'll do timeline discussion जो मैंने चालू किया है. Basic detail form इस सेशन के बाद मैडम will share with you, जिसमें आप आपके basic details डालेंगे. Second, now next we meet. So this is mostly about meeting. Next we meet around last week of March, and we will talk about what major you want to do. Now deciding about major is a major decision because when you will be applying, university will ask you कौन से मेजर में आप अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं. And the beauty of American application or foreign university application is that you would know right now what major you want to apply to. You may not know what major you want to apply to, so you could be going undeclared. You may have multiple majors. तो जब आप हमारे साथ बैठेंगे, we will tell you that अलग यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए अलग मेजर करते हैं. कुछ कैप मेजर होते हैं, कुछ कॉम्पिटिटिव यूनिवर्सिटी हैं. So depending upon that, we can even have different majors for different universities. क्या सबके साथ ऐसा होगा? ऐसा नहीं होगा. But ये एक important decision है जो हम लोग one-on-one लेंगे, where we'll devise a strategy कौन से major में जाना है. Is it CS, let's say at Penn State and mathematics at Carnegie Mellon? क्या हमको ऐसा करना है? Because universities competitive है, मैं ऐसे अभी नाम throw कर रहा हूँ, but इसमें बहुत depth होगा. तो we will do a major discussion one-on-one. हम आपके साथ बैठेंगे और आपके लिए एक मेजर की स्ट्रैटेजी बनाएंगे. कौन से डिसिप्लिन में जाना है, क्या वो अनडिक्लेयर्ड जाना है, क्या वो डिक्लेयर्ड जाना है, क्या यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए उसको चेंज करना है या नहीं करना है. लास्ट वीक ऑफ मार्च में we'll get on with you and then we'll fix a time and one-on-one we'll do this. फिर second week of April में we'll meet and you will meet with the expert, which is जैसा सर ने समझाया था, मैडम बता रही थी. We'll map you to professors. These are the professors who are English professors, of course, but they are not simply an English professor. These professors understand university application writing. तो इतने सालों से हमारे साथ काम कर रहे हैं, उनको पता है कि UWash, U Michigan, Virginia Tech, Cornell, what should you write? What is that university wants to listen? They will not be writing on your behalf, but at least आपके thought correction को, basic grammar को, sentence correction को ध्यान देते हुए, they will keep the soul intact. So we will map you to such professor. Again, this is a start, and at parallelly you should talk to your school counselor. You know, हम लोग हमेशा बोलते हैं you cannot walk to your school counselor or teacher one fine day and say मुझे LOR चाहिए. So before they go on summer break, we are recommending that put a formal email or a letter to them that आने वाले time में you are planning studies abroad and you will need their help with letter of recommendation from the counselor, from couple of teachers. तो ऐसा एक, सर आप प्लीज ऐड करते जाइएगा जहां जहां मैं मिस करूं, आप ऐसा एक प्री इंटीमेशन दीजिए और उसको फॉर्मल रिक्वेस्ट बनाइए. When second week of April, again we'll make you aware of this. फिर हम मिलेंगे fourth week of April. ये वो टाइम है जो सर ने भी डेटाबेस दिखाया, where we may start with a pool of 200, 250 And जैसा जैसा पूछ रहे थे, and sir, you were also asking, Mr. Varekar, it's a funnel approach that we'll have. We'll start with a broader pool, फिर उसको एक फिल्टर लगाएंगे जो शायद 40, 60, 70 का होगा, फिर उसमें आगे फिल्टर्स लगते जाएंगे as per your AP scores, SAT, TOEFL, your GPAs, कैसा कर रहे हो, 11th का भी रिजल्ट नहीं आएगा, 11th का रिजल्ट आएगा, उसमें और फिल्टर्स लगते जाएंगे, और जैसे एक डिस्टिलरी होती है वैसे उसमें से वो फिल्टर होता जाएगा, and finally we will come down to final 10, वो आगे आएगा. But April 4th week, we plan that we meet with you and we create this list. This is the idea. Since we are starting early, ये हम अभी से ही करना चालू करें, इसको स्प्रेड करते हैं. अदरवाइज अगर हमारे पास कोई सितंबर में आएगा, माइलस्टोन्स तो यही करने हैं, but imagine the kind of load that person would carry. Ideally, by second, third week of May, we do final university shortlisting, where we boil down to our 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 universities that we want to apply to across US. आप Canada apply करना चाह सकते हैं, आपका Ireland, England, Australia कुछ हो सकता है. So the ideally second, third week of May तक we should come down to final university shortlisting. Mind you, university में भी application नहीं लगे हैं, but we would have prepared ourselves in advance. ये जो kit preparation है, this here it means getting your transcripts, getting your activity list. तो आपने बनाना चालू किया, but जून जुलाई तक आपको क्लैरिटी आती जा रही है, आप इसको फाइनल करते जा रहे हैं. आपके रिज्यूमे, all that is part of this kit. So ideally जून जुलाई में this work should start and end, और यहाँ तक काफी सारा काम हो जाना चाहिए. Your work with UT professor is ongoing, क्योंकि अभी सारे ऐसे प्रॉम्प्ट्स नहीं आए हैं, बट एक कॉमन ऐसे प्रॉम्प्ट होता है, वो आ गया होगा. रेज्यूमे में क्या लिखना है वो सब पता है, तो you are continuously working with UT content expert. ये जून जुलाई में होगा. Come August and September, this is a very important period where portals open. Now, especially in US applications, we apply through portal, which is nothing but consortium of universities बोल सकते हैं सर, where universities come together. Aggregator जैसा है, जैसे Make My Trip एक aggregator है, वैसे ही common app करके एक portal है, which is aggregator of various universities, where you fill in your data once, और उसके dashboard में you select your universities and your applications are filed through that aggregator. So common app, coalition app, ऐसे 2-3 aggregators होंगे. कुछ universities में direct apply करना पड़ेगा. तो aggregators पे account creation करने का काम we will do in month of August, September, ideally in first week of August. यहाँ पे काफी सारे ऐसे prompts भी open होना चालू हो जाएंगे. So ideally we should get our documents ready, और account creation का काम हो जाएगा, where your login ID, password, ये सब आप हमारे साथ भी share कर लेंगे. Madam will actively look into it and she'll add those universities जो हमने पहले मई मंथ में finalize कर दी थी, हम उनको इन aggregators पे add करते जाएंगे कि हमको यहाँ apply करना है. October, November, again a very अभी सारी interesting period है. Here we will come up with a rather strategy, ऊपर ही decide हो जाएगी. You can apply to US universities under 2 cycle, early cycle, regular cycle. Early cycle में हम application October, November में file कर देंगे, और regular cycle में हम file करेंगे December. जिसमें early में file करेंगे, उसमें decision भी early आएगा. By 15 December and January first week तक you will know where what is the admit decision, क्या decision. तो जो early cycle में file करेंगे, by first week of Jan, mid Jan तक you will know हम कहाँ land हो रहे हैं. नीचे चलते हैं. December में we will file the regular cycle में application. कुछ applications early में जाएंगी, कुछ regular में जाएंगी. ये कैसे पता चलेगा कौन early में जाएगा, कौन regular में जाएगा? जैसे सर ने बताया, वो एक mentor session नहीं है. We will do multiple sessions. आपकी shortlist में we will devise that strategy. क्योंकि इसमें और बहुत layers हैं. We will make it clear as we go ahead. So by December, all applications are ideally done. UK में शायद ही एक महीना और extend होगा, but US almost everything is done. January you get your admit decisions for early. Regular decisions आपके आने लग जाएंगे Feb March में. Now you are working on your board exams. Application तो और कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. Once you get your admit, then we will come down to a document called I-20. एक last 6th document था मैडम का financial document I-20 मैडम की लिस्ट में. ये उससे related है जो श्रुति मैडम ने बताया. I think अभी इस पे इतनी बात करने की जरूरत नहीं है. हमारा फोकस होना चाहिए to start with आपकी timeline you visited again. Our focus should be, getting ourselves ready, creating that activity list. आप वो वाला काम चालू कीजिए and soon we will meet on major. वहां से फिर we will gain momentum. So overall, and of course May, June visa and August is departure. So this is the complete timeline, or I should say milestones that we would be achieving from journey henceforth. तो अभी तक प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग कर रहे थे. अयान अगर मुझे सुन रहा है, यक्ष एंड एवरीबॉडी, वो प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग में आपने जितना काम कर लिया, आने वाले टाइम पे यू विल सी कि अब थोड़ा काम इस पे भी करना पड़ेगा. तो एप्लीकेशन पे भी हमको इक्वली काम करना है. ओके, so now I think, is there anything left? So मैडम एक पार्ट और ले लेंगे and then 3 of us will take your questions.
Yeah. So next 2 steps that you would be starting with. First one is fill basic details Google form, okay, which is very important for us to proceed. And second, connect with the school. Right now also you start connecting. Maybe आपका 11th का result नहीं आएगा, अब भी वो transcript issue ही नहीं करेंगे. We want it after your 11th result, क्योंकि वो भी हमको चाहिए. But you need to like go to the school, उनको request करना पड़ेगा. अच्छा, जैसे सर ने बताया ये एक दिन का काम नहीं है. We keep on like reminding them and 2-3 महीने में हमको सब कुछ मिल जाता है. But
एक पॉइंट ऐड करता हूँ मैडम. Many केसेस में ऐसा हुआ होगा कि आपका 9th 10th का स्कूल अलग होगा और 11th 12th का स्कूल अलग होगा. तो 9th 10th वाले स्कूल में आप अप्रैल में वो एप्लीकेशन कर सकते हैं to get that transcript, because that's an independent process irrespective of आपके 11th में क्या आएगी. 9th 10th you can start, because कई बार 10th के बाद स्कूल चेंज कर देते हैं. You have not changed, but otherwise.
So transcripts 9th 10th अलग स्कूल है, 11th अलग स्कूल है. We need transcripts from both the schools,
Yes.
right? But for LOR we need the current school. 12th में आपको जो पढ़ा रहे हैं, that counselor many a times हर एक स्कूल में स्कूल काउंसलर नहीं होगा, तो principal acts as a counselor, but take LOR उनसे and 2 subject teachers, whatever we decide. Okay, after your major we would be deciding कि किससे आपको लेना चाहिए, right? So LORs we would be needing from the teachers who are teaching you in 12th. Okay, so these are the 2 next steps that you would be doing. And then next meeting, for the next meeting it would be university major discussion, which would be now I think so we will be having all one-on-one meetings,
One-on-one.
right? Then this meeting we will be able to plan only after your basic details form comes to us, because we would like to know what your major is so that we can have our research done before we schedule the meeting. And we are planning कि जैसे आपके forms आते जाएंगे, we will start scheduling it. So maybe March last week, April first week, जैसे जैसे आता जाएगा. And again time का सबका issue होता है. So whatever best time suits both the teams, okay, we will start doing this. Okay, so here we complete with the presentation, and now question answers. If you have anything you would like to answer.
So much stuff here.